We are. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Strictly Sports. I'm B Wise.
I'm Miles.
And your boy Trigger.
We are back with another episode. Miami in six is what Miles said. But how we feeling? Trey said you didn't lay in the inevitable.
Nope. After what I saw game one, it made me even more confident, man, about that Boston Celtics team. They live and die by the three way too much. They shot over 53s. Yeah, they made over 20. But I don't think they can keep up with that hot streak. You're gonna have some games, Miami's gonna adjust. You gonna have some games where it's not gonna hit. So what you gonna do to substitute for that? And Tatum missed a lot of open layups, so did Jalen Brown. Um, I got Miami winning game two. Coach Spo, he is an excellent adjuster, and we gonna see.
Yeah, I would be surprised if Miami won a game at all in this series, honestly. From what I saw
Golly.
from Boston, they made it look very easy. I mean, they made mistakes and Miami couldn't have capitalized on them if they wanted to.
We was
Like it was
talking, me and
just
Miles was talking.
they Boston has been living and dying by the three all season, but they've been living. They haven't died by it yet. They
It's
only
only
lost they only lost 18 games. They won more games than anybody this season for a reason. And them guys have been stroking that three ball. Everybody in their starting lineup can shoot that shot. Everybody. They can shoot it no matter like you don't rather have this guy shoot over this guy. Like they all lethal. Like Porzingis coming as soon as he crosses half court, he pulling up from Steph Curry range and draining him. No issues. With a hand in his face. Now I tell you when Miami lost the game. Miami lost the game in the second quarter when they started to play zone and Sam Hauser went off.
Mm.
That's where they lost the game because Miami was actually they survived that initial storm when Boston came out, went up 14 nothing, 12 nothing, whatever it was. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, here we go. How's Miami gonna respond? If Miami don't punch back right now, it's gonna be a blowout for the rest of the game. And Miami responded. They came back. I think at the end of the first quarter, Boston was only up five. It was like 26-21, something like that. I'm like, okay, well, they came out, Jalen Brown hit a three right off the bat. And I'm like, when this motherfucker start shooting threes and hitting threes like that? Like they're usually like short, where he bricks them and he'll kind of hit one there now and then, but I don't think he missed a three-pointer in that game yesterday. But he started off with three, and he came back, got the little spin move, baseline dunk. So he all hyped up, feeling himself. The Boston crowd is feeling themselves. Everybody's all hyped up because they remember what Miami did to him a year ago, and they've been wanting this matchup bad.
Mm.
Bad. And they came out and they played like it. They went up 14 nothing before Miami finally scored on a Bam Adebayo jump shot. And if Bam Adebayo is shooting jump shots, we're not going to win. And even if he's making them, we're not going to win. It's not a strong suit. I wish he would stop shooting that damn shot. It's so fucking like I feel like he should be making it at the rate that he's been shooting and practicing. But yet this motherfucker clinks it off the back of the rim every single time he shoots. And I just wish he would stop shooting it. And then got the nerve to step behind the three-point line and try to shoot threes. Like, just stop, bro. Just get your ass in the paint and get some post moves. And let the other guys outside shoot. Let the guards worried about shooting. But anywho, Boston came out, Miami responded, so that was good. I was like, okay, we got a ball game. As soon as Miami went zone, what's the number one rule if you're playing a team full of shooters? What don't you do? Play zone. I know the Miami Heat have had success playing that zone, but you do not play zone against a team that can shoot the three. What has Boston done well all year long? Shoot the three. What can their starters, Drew Holiday, Tatum, Jalen Brown, Porzingis, Derek White, what can they all do? Shoot the three. And what did they do? Shoot threes and make threes. And a lot of them were uncontested threes because they were playing that zone and Boston was moving the ball, finding an open man, and Miami was scrambling, couldn't get to the shooter and close out in time, and they was draining. When Sam Hauser came in that game in the second quarter and drained four threes in a row, Miami was threatening. When he drained those four threes, they went back up double digits. Miami never recovered. They never recovered from that point. And Boston was able to kind of hold a 10, 12-point lead throughout the game until the third quarter. They just exploded, and they ended up going up by damn near 30 points almost. And ended up beating Miami by 20. But they had such a big cushion late in that game, it didn't matter what mistakes they made in the fourth quarter. The damage had already been done. So I don't know what answer Like we're undersized. Obviously, we're not at full
Yeah.
strength with Terry Rozier being out and Jimmy Butler being out for the foreseeable future. Like, it's nothing Miami can do. Like I said, even if they wanted to, because we're not at full strength, they can't defend the three for whatever reason. Like, just play man to man and force them to shoot twos and layups. Because that three ball hurts. But when we go zone, they're getting open looks, like easily. They're getting open looks. Too many open looks. And they're not going to keep missing shots if they're wide open. Now, they got a hand in their face and they're making them. I give them credit. But a lot of those threes that they made, them 20-something threes they made yesterday, came off uncontested shots. Because Miami was scrambling in that fucking zone. So that was a recipe for disaster. I knew that coming in. These guys were going to shoot a lot of threes. They were going to make a bunch of threes. I'm not surprised they made 20 or more threes. It'll probably happen again before the series is over. But, the playoffs are a little different from the regular season. It's all about making adjustments. You're playing the same opponent. You get more in-depth, more in detail about how your game plan is going to go. So, but Miami, Eric Spoelstra, he's a great coach. He just does not have the personnel to get this done. I do not see this being a close series. Like the last 3 times we played Boston in the playoffs, it's gone 7 games. Like I said, I'll be surprised if this one go 5. Like Boston's a different team, man. They're a different team. If they had the same roster they had from last year, even with our guys not being at full strength, I'll say, okay, maybe Miami wins a couple games. But against this team, with Drew Holiday making step-back threes and Porzingis shooting from Steph Curry range right over Bam as if Bam's not even in his face. Like, he's just shooting right over him. Bam's 6'9". He's just shooting over him. And then Bam tries to go down on the other end and shoot over Porzingis, and guess what? He barely gets the ball to the rim. I'm telling you, Porzingis, that was a great signing for Boston. And he was out there, and I was campaigning for Miami to go get him. For one, because we needed the fucking size, and 2, he can spread the floor. He can spread the floor for guys like
Going on, Lenny Ray.
and other guys who can't fucking shoot to get more open shots, to get more comfortable shooting the ball. Right now, everybody on Miami, no one can really shoot that 3 ball. No, they were shooting them yesterday, but they won't going in. Of course, we need them to go. And don't even get me started on Tyler Hero. Let me finish what I say about Porzingis first, and I'll get started on him. But Porzingis, man, that was a huge signing. That is the X factor right there for the Boston Celtics. His size, his rim protection. Like, he didn't block. He did block Bam one time, or he blocked somebody one time. But every time he was on somebody, they didn't make a shot on him because his size. You cannot teach 7 feet tall. You can't teach that. If you're shooting over him, you're stupid. You're delusional if you think you're going to make a shot over him and he's right there in your face. If he's closing out at you, maybe. But if he's right there, why are you taking a fadeaway jump shot over the 7-footer? It's not going to go in. And that was shown time and time again yesterday. To come down and try to score one-on-one against Porzingis. I'm like, just stop. And then Tyler Hero. Let me start off by saying this is why no team wanted Tyler Hero in the trades we were trying to get for Dame last summer. No other team in the league, including the Blazers, believed that Tyler Hero is a franchise player. And I said when Jimmy Butler went down, all right, Tyler, this is your shot right here to prove these guys wrong. This is your chance to put this team on your back. And even if you lose the series, if you have a good showing, and your name comes up in trade talks again this summer, more teams might be interested to give us what we want so we can get better if Miami decides to go that route. But what does he do against Chicago? Yeah, he scored a lot of points, but how many shots he missed? What was his efficiency in the game before against the Sixers in the 7-8 matchup in the play-in? When he went 9 for 27? And yesterday he missed his first 4 3-pointers before he finally made one. Like wide open threes. Like, bruh, we don't have enough shooters. You and Duncan Robinson are it. None of these other motherfuckers can shoot. Caleb Martin, he makes me so mad when he shoots threes. Because one, his foot's all on the fucking line. Like, get your foot behind the line. He shoots with his, like, and as a right-handed shooter, your feet are obviously going to be, your right foot's going to obviously be in front of your left just a little bit. You're not going to be completely, like, your feet not going to be even. Like, it's going to be, your right foot's going to be leading the other one. But court awareness. Know where you're at on the floor. You're trying to shoot a 3. Get your ass behind the 3-point line. But then he shoots the ball. It's so flat. He hits the front of the rim every single time. He has no lift on the shot. There's no air under the ball at all when he shoots, and it pisses me off. So not only is your foot touching the line, but you're fucking shooting a straight line shot at the rim. There's no lift whatsoever.
Mhm.
And then Tyler Hero comes down and he just misses every shot he takes. Every shot. It looks like he's rushed. Like he's not like he's trying to throw it up there. He's hoping it goes in. Just shoot the ball, bro. Just shoot it. Why you rushing? Why you hesitating? You want to be the guy, right? You think these teams passed up on you and they don't believe you're that guy? Well, here's why. You're not giving us much reason to believe that you can lead a franchise. Tyler Hero's best coming off the bench or being a third option. And right now, he's our number one option. And guess what that's going to get us? Eliminated. That's what that's going to get us. The best three-point shooter, the most consistent three-point shooter we had was the dude we picked up from the Wizards. Right. I forget his first name, but he was the brother.
DeLeon.
Yeah. He has a nice stroke from three. He can hit the three ball. He hit him against Philly. He hit him against Philly. He hit him against Chicago. He hit him against Boston in the game yesterday. He's the only consistent shooter I've seen over the last several games. Everybody else can go to hell. Can't nobody shoot him. Bam, stop. Tyler Hero, I don't know what the fuck to say. Duncan Robinson ain't played. Except he finally came back yesterday. Caleb Martin, I mean, just go attack the rim, bro. Jaquez, Jovic, my God. Every time he shoots the ball, it's like he's trying to fucking throw a brick through the damn backboard.
His plus and minus was negative 25, Trigger.
Why is he shooting so hard? Every last one of his threes just bounce off the back of the rim, and like you got to wear a helmet or something to get the rebound. He's gonna take your fucking head off. That ball comes flying off the rim when he shoots it. He shoots so like him and Caleb Martin. Like he needs to give some of that strength to Caleb. They can even each other out because Caleb's short and he's way long when he shoots. We need to get a happy medium there. And Jaquez, I love the way he plays. He plays very hard. He's very aggressive. He made a lot of rookie mistakes yesterday in that game. But that little turnaround fadeaway that he's doing, stop. Just stop. He tried that on Porzingis and the ball barely touched. I don't think touched the rim. Just stop. Attack the rim, get fouled. Tyler Hero, I don't know what to say about him in his game. Just make the open shot, bro. Make the open shot. You all we got. The only offense we got. If anybody else chips in, we got a chance. We got somewhat of a chance. But Hero, you got to play better. You got to be a superstar. If you're going to give Miami any chance in this
Miami's plus minus as a team was negative 20.
And y'all talking about they're going to beat the Celtics in 6 games with a plus minus like that. Come on now.
Jovic was negative 25 plus minus.
Because at the end of the day, it's just one game. What's that old saying? It ain't a series. It ain't a series until a road team wins.
And then Tyler Hero out there can't dribble, getting the ball ripped out his hands every freaking like anybody who it don't matter who's guarding him. Whether it's Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they was in his ass yesterday. Every time he put the ball on the floor in the big moment, he turning the ball over.
He can't go 4 for 13 in 34 minutes.
You cannot. If you're the number one option, you cannot do that. Fucking sign me up. I can do that in 34 minutes. You paying him how many? 5 years, $120 million to do that?
I do that.
All the open shots y'all miss, I make at least one of them. I got to be worth at least $500,000. Put me on a 7-day contract just for this series, and let me miss wide open threes too. It makes me so mad, man. Like y'all know what y'all going up against, and I can't be but so mad, but damn, because I know we're not at full strength. You know, it's tough watching these guys go down. That's why I just wish Chicago would have just put us out of our misery. Motherfuckers had one job. Now I got to sit here and suffer through this 4-game series against the Celtics, and we undermanned and overmatched and undersized.
You think it's gonna change when Rozier comes back?
It ain't gonna change much. It's still gonna be small. Rozier is a streaky 3-point shooter himself. He's not a knockdown 3-point shooter. He can score the ball. It'd be another element of offense. Maybe take a little bit of pressure off a Hero, but I don't think it's a huge deal. Even if Jimmy comes back 100%, I still don't think this team has
Yeah,
enough
he
to
ain't
beat
coming
Boston.
back this series. They say he out for 2 months.
Yeah, several weeks. So I was like, if he comes back, it's gonna be Eastern Conference Finals at a minimum.
Yeah.
If we get there, and even then, if we do get there somehow, he still might not be ready.
DeLeon White in 25 minutes was 6 for 7, 5 for 5 from 3, 3 assists,
Put
1
him in the starting
rebound,
lineup.
17 points.
Put him in the starting lineup. Shit. Put him in the starting lineup. What you got to lose?
Hey, Bam had 24 and 6 rebounds.
6 rebounds. You the biggest player on our team. 6 rebounds. You should be a double machine, bro. Nothing less. Every single game.
That was
There's no
most
Jimmy.
rebounds.
There's no Rozier.
No, I'm sorry.
There should be
Jovic
no
had 6
reason.
too.
There should be no reason why Jovic has as many rebounds as you do.
Jaylen Brown had 8, Tatum had 10, Porzingis had 4, and Drew Holiday had 7.
So Drew Holiday rebounded my center.
Both of them. Jovic and Bam. They both had 6.
And Jaylen Brown did too. Did you say he had 8 and Tatum had 10?
Mm.
So we had two forwards, a forward and 2 guards out rebound my center. And Miami gonna win in 6.
Miles gonna tell you why they're going in 6. Go ahead, get
Miami's
go ahead and tell them why they're gonna win in 6.
Miami's been
told you
out rebounded in most of their games this season.
Okay, Miami, when they won the championship, they was last in rebounding. They gonna find a way,
we got more issues than rebounding though. These new motherfuckers can't grow 6 inches overnight, can they?
Rebounding is about attitude and hustle.
Start making shots all of a sudden, because they've been a very, very, very streaky team when it comes to 3 ball. Like, we were one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league 3 seasons ago. In the last 2 years, we've been at the bottom. We barely score 100 points a game, even though we hold some of our opponents to about 100 a game, which is very low in today's era of basketball.
Right.
But yesterday, how many points we score? 94. We're not going to win scoring in the 90s. It's just not going to happen.
Spo had to give him the first one. Because the NBA wanted to 8-0 home teams.
Yeah, they more than gave it to him. They gift wrapped it and delivered it to him themselves like it was Christmas in fucking April. Like, here you go. Shine it up real nice and put it in some nice wrapping paper with a bow on it. Here's game 1 from us to you.
So let me shift you.
I thought you was gonna say something else, Trigger, but go ahead.
Let me shift you off of Miami. What y'all think about KD and Ant going at it?
I loved it.
Who? We got KD and Ant?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I tell you what, I'm a little surprised that Phoenix blew that one. But we might actually have a series on our hands. But, I think it comes from with Phoenix not having their core together for most of the year.
Yeah.
Because, you build that chemistry, you learn how to play off of each other, and the playoffs is not the time to want to lock in and start to figure that out.
They lost by 25.
Yeah. Yeah, so. And also what happens when you give up so much for Bill and KD, you give up a bunch of important role players and bench players, they pretty much depleted their bench. Like, that was the thing coming in. They were very top-heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bill, Bradley, and Durant. Them the 3 right there, they're going to drive us. Everybody else, just do what you can. But those 3 have to be the ones. They got to score 20+, all 3 of them, every night.
I don't see them, but they got Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns. Rudy Gobert had 14 and 16.
Yeah.
14 points, 16 rebounds.
As he should. All the Timberwolves gave him to get him. He better be averaging that against KD and the Suns. 14 and 6. That's what my center needs to be doing. That's what my center. And Rudy Gobert's not even half the offensive player that Bam is. That's what gets me. He out there scoring as many points and getting as many rebounds, and my center only got 6 rebounds.
Is it because I don't know?
No, what were we about to say?
Maybe it's because Bam doing all the work on the offensive side, and he a little tired on the defensive side to get
He ain't got to
rebounds.
do all the work. Hero's supposed to be helping him out, but maybe
He only
because Hero
Josh Green.
playing like doo-doo, Bam got to spend more energy on the offensive side of the ball.
I think I can go out there and make 4 shots. I'm gonna be serious.
That's what I'm telling
I
you.
think I rather than go out there and
You
make 4 shots.
won't go ahead and spend $1 million just for this series to stand in one spot and just catch and shoot. I guarantee you I'm going to make at least 1 or 2 of them.
I know
ain't
I'm
gonna
heavier
go
than a
all-
lot of them. I'm at least get to the hole, get fouled, could be on the line.
I can do
I may
that
be
much.
short though.
I can do that much. I can stand and shoot.
So I asked Miles. He got Denver coming out the west, and he got Miami coming out the east. Who you got,
Yeah.
Trigger?
I got Denver and Boston.
I don't think Boston gonna make it. I do not think. I agree with Miles. I don't
Who's
think
gonna
that. I
beat
think
them?
that 3-point shooting that they depend on the three too much. If they ain't
Even if
making
they
their
don't
shots,
depend on the 3, what other team has you confident enough that they can beat Boston in a 7-game series with that lineup?
Philly.
Really? With Embiid not
I think Philly.
100% still?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey's young. Who else is on that roster that's going to give him any fits?
I don't know. They might get it because
They might not get
Milwaukee
past
hurt
the
too.
Knicks.
Milwaukee hurt too.
Milwaukee, Giannis is not going to be. It's going to take him a few games to get back into the groove. Dame
But
ain't
the
going to
beauty
score
with that
35.
is,
Dame ain't going to be carrying them every game.
well, the beauty of that is if they play Boston, that's not gonna be until the conference championship,
Yeah.
or conference finals, I should say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right now the Bucks may not get past the Pacers. I know they mollywopped them yesterday, but Damian Lillard is pretty much another Portland situation until Giannis gets back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks, I still feel like the Knicks, like Jalen Brunson's gonna burn out at some point. I mean, he's been on a tear to get
They
the
losing
Knicks in
by
the spot
6
they're
right
in.
now.
I mean,
I'm
if he
sorry.
got
They
to
losing
score
by
30,
4.
if he got to score 30 and 40 every game, and he's not getting much from the other guys, I don't see how he can carry that team by himself.
Orlando about to be losing. Orlando losing by 17 points in the third quarter.
Indiana, Orlando, Cleveland, I don't see none of them making to the Eastern Conference Finals. Miami, certainly not.
I don't see Denver making it. I think LA gonna beat Denver.
The Lakers gonna beat Denver?
I think Lakers gonna beat Denver. Once we figure out someone, we got to figure. They got to figure out something. they got to figure out.
Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. You want to tell us what that something is?
You got to get Tayshaun Prince out there. I don't think LeBron should be on Joker. I don't. I think AD you got to shut that matchup down. That's why AD you got to shut down Joker.
AD is tall enough and athletic enough to where he should be able to slow him down a little bit. It seems that way, but for whatever reason, it's just not been the case. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it. It just, I don't know why. It just, for whatever reason, Jokic tends to still get where he wants to on the floor, get to his spots, and if he does get stopped, he makes passes into scoring opportunities for his teammates, and it's just, what else can you do?
And then, okay, maybe not LA, but Minnesota might beat Denver. They got Karl Anthony Towns, they got Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, they'll may not win a game or two, but in a 7-game series, I don't think so. I think the Nuggets have too many weapons.
You gotta have faith, Trigger. Miami gonna get there.
Maybe in a couple years, but not this season.
I feel like you like this every year, and then Miami end up in the finals.
That's another thing about this team too, man. Is health. Like, we've been very unhealthy the last 2 years. Like, guys in and out of the lineup. Like, I've already said it, before, but I think Miami was at the top of the league in terms of how many different lineups they've had every single game. Like, they literally have had a different lineup every game. And like I was saying about the Suns earlier, like, you can't build chemistry or learn how to play off one another when your lineups are constantly changing, and you're trying to get used to playing with a certain guy, and that guy's not in the lineup anymore because he's hurt, and somebody else comes in, and then they're out of the lineup, and then somebody else comes in. Like, it's been too much of that the last 2 years, way too much of that. And that's why we finished where we finished in the East, damn near last. We're in last, obviously. We are the 8th seed again. Like, last year's team wasn't really an 8th seed because they were unhealthy, and that played into them not winning the amount of games I felt like they should have won if they were healthy. And once they did get healthy, all of a sudden they could shoot that three ball, and they came together and they looked like a team because finally everybody was healthy and on the same page. And that's why we went to the finals. So Miami, yes, they on paper they were an 8 seed, but they didn't play like one because everybody was finally healthy. This year has not been the case. Team hasn't been
So,
at full strength at any point in the season.
so what's your answer? How you feel Miami turns it around?
Get a new trainer. Let's start there. Why these guys are always getting hurt? Why these guys are always missing time? And then this off season, man, it really ain't no big name free agents out there unless you're gonna like try to trade for somebody. But the only names that I saw on the list that would be available this summer are Pascal Siakam, Paul George, James Harden. Those were the quote
Bron,
unquote big names. Well, yeah, he has a player option, but he ain't coming back to Miami, man.
draft Bronny. If y'all
Yeah,
draft
him and
Bronny,
him and him and
Nah,
Riley,
because
him and
then we're
Pat
gonna be
Riley, they
we're gonna be
burnt the
stuck with
bridge.
Bronny.
hey, at least Bronny play D and can knock down a three.
According to his dad, he can play NBA three too. I
Mm.
mean, NBA defense, NBA level defense. But yeah, I mean, in a whole bunch of dudes, it was somebody else too that was in that class that's available this summer. It was James. I think Westbrook's also in there, but I mean, we're not a Westbrook away from winning.
Kelly Oubre, Clay Thompson,
Klay Thompson.
Tobias Harris,
Go get Klay and just have him shoot them. We need shooters too.
D'Angelo Russell,
I like Duncan and Klay Thompson to knock down shooters, man. Get them guys. D'Angelo Russell can stay where he at.
Malik Monk. Hey, is that another thing? Is D'Angelo Russell just turn it off in the playoffs? I feel like he does well in the regular season. In the playoffs, it just
I mean, like the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA.
like the Monstars just come and take his shooting. Like,
Take his talent.
yeah,
Nah, I
take
mean,
his.
here's the thing, man.
Monstars take the Cowboys superpowers too.
Here's the thing
They
about
know how to
NBA
play
playoffs.
football.
Instead
To
of
piss me off
you
out Dallas.
playing,
Motherfuckers good at everything but football. Good at
Mhm.
talking. They're good at dodgeball. They're good at golf.
Chick
Michael
got a lot of
Parsons is
pent
great
up
at
aggression.
basketball. Won the MVP of the little celebrity all-star game. But come to football, these motherfuckers they don't have a clue. It's like these motherfuckers have this organization,
Trigger, we own basketball. We gonna
this
get the
big
football.
ass business, and they play football on the side. That's Dallas Cowboys right
That
there.
is Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry.
Like we play football, like we do a bunch of things, and we just happen to play football on the side. That's how they treat. Anyway, sorry, made the comparison there and got carried away. This is supposed to be about D'Angelo Russell, and like I
Go ahead,
said, yes,
Miles.
I feel like D'Angelo Russell has a great showing in the regular season and postseason for whatever reason. He just
Well, I think
I
because
don't
in the
know.
playoffs you're playing the same team, for 2 weeks. So they do film study,
Yeah.
Yep,
and he doesn't adjust.
yep.
So
That's the case for a bunch of those guys, man. Get
mhm.
figured out, and then it's like, they got me.
Yeah,
So let's switch off. Let's switch off Miami for Miles. What do you think is gonna take the Pistons to get to the playoffs?
they get on their
The
knees,
playoffs.
close their hands, and look up in the sky and say a prayer.
They need more than that, brother.
And you're right.
Way more than that.
And hopefully we end up with
You said what?
Wembanyama, whatever how you pronounce his name.
Another one, or you gonna trade for him?
It's a couple free
another
agents.
one. 'Cause ain't no free agents coming to Detroit.
Miami, go get and draft Zach Edey, please.
I said that when I was at the park today. But that Miles had a good question. You think he's gonna transfer? I mean, transfer over to the NBA?
Edey,
Yeah.
he should
Let's look and
come
see.
play for Miami. Go get him a jersey right now.
I think they did the draft order. Let's see.
Like Miami lose this series, we'll at least get a decent pick
Detroit Pistons got the #1 pick.
again.
You got the Wizards, the
Well, y'all
Hornets,
get
the
all the number
Trailblazers.
one picks and don't do nothing with them, Larry.
Hey, he coming for you. Spurs got #5. Raptors. Let's see what
Spurs
Miami.
gonna
Miami
have a
15.
juggernaut in the next couple of years. They getting all these top draft picks.
The Knicks got 2 first rounders. Yeah, Miami picking 15.
We're kind of right in the middle. I mean, that's better than picking 24th like we've been the last 3 years.
And Larry, they got y'all taking that boy I was talking about, Zachariah Rasher,
Oh, okay. Well,
the
that's
NBA
they
Pistons.
probably won't get no more pick. That draft lottery, we be getting fucked.
Well, yeah, there's that too. What they got Miami getting?
Uh, I gotta pay for it. It ain't showing me. Oh, hold on, I got ESPN Plus. Oh no, I don't know more. Hold on, stand by. Let me see. I should have. I had it. NBA. I think y'all got the first pick. The draft, Detroit Pistons and the Washington Wizards are the okay. Y'all the favorites to win the first pick. I thought they said they had it set.
No, the draft lottery ain't till like the conference finals.
Um, this one a little bit different from what it said, but they got the Heat with Isaiah Collier from USC, point guard, 6'5", 210 pounds. Pro comparison is Tyreek Evans.
Mm.
Position size, unique physicality, ball handling and shiftiness, acrobatic finishes, and playmaking flashes created signs of upside. Underwhelming shooting and a high turnover rate raised concerns over his projected efficiency, and given his ball dominant style, he won't be a fit for most lottery team starting lineups. The fit part stops mattering around after around number 10 when teams will accept drafting the bench spark. While it's entirely possible Collier's jump shot and decision making improve early on in his career, he's going to be valued for his ability to provide speed, rim pressure, and creation off the bench. This is from Bleacher Report.
So another player who can't fucking shoot and is undersized. Just what we fucking need. He'll fit right in with us. He'll fit right in with Miami.
And they got the Pistons getting is different than this one. Alex Sarr, Perth Wildcats, power forward center, 7'1", 216 pounds, 18 years old, French. Uh, the issue right now is identifying the best player. There's still not a consensus number one. Alex Starr was a strong case for Detroit with 7'1" size, athleticism, and translatable defense that created high floor plus shooting potential and ball handling flashes that hint at offensive upside and a chance for the big man to play some power forward. Zachariah Rasher was sliding to Detroit's lineup the easiest, but limited creation feels problematic for a wing, and his current student song could raise questions about his supposed bread and butter skill. So y'all gonna if y'all got the number one, number two, y'all getting a player in Detroit to go with Cade. Y'all on your way. The East ain't that strong. If you looking in the East ain't y'all could be one player away in Detroit
Who,
and a good
Jesus
free agent.
Shuttlesworth?
You can sign a turd up all you want to. At the end of the day, it's still a turd.
I don't like you said. Y'all done had first round picks and top. Is it coaching or is it just?
It's the culture, man. They just, Cade Cunningham. He's good. He can't stay healthy, but he's not a change the franchise type player.
Yeah.
Um,
Tyler Hero.
yeah. So I mean, it's just I don't
But
know.
would either one of y'all put a flyer out on LaMelo?
No.
No.
Same thing. He's not a guy that's gonna change the franchise either.
And he hurt.
He's very flashy and injury prone, but that's it.
Is it time for Miami to trade Jimmy Butler?
As much as I don't want to see that happen, I wouldn't be mad at them if he did because he's been hurt a lot the last couple of years. He's getting older. I would, if they did send him somewhere, I would do right by him, send him somewhere where he can compete for a championship because he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves it. I mean, really, what he's done in the last 4 years with Miami, getting us to 3 Eastern Conference Finals out of 4 years and 2 NBA Finals, especially that year with COVID hit and they were in the bubble, which a lot of NBA players said was the hardest, time to
Yeah.
to to be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of the whole mental aspect of it. Um, that's worth being, recognized for and rewarded. So, um, do I think Miami trades him? I don't see that happening, given what he means to that team and that culture. That everything starts and ends with him. That's why we are who we are. We have the mentality that we do. Jimmy's been very much the person that has driven that. Like he culture, has always been a thing, but didn't really become like a media, you know, frenzy or like it wasn't really put out there until he got to Miami. And everybody knows Jimmy, his history and where he's been, what he's done, how he carries himself. It embodies everything that Miami is trying to give to their players and to everyone who comes to that organization. Like you got to be a little different to play for us. Um, so to get rid of him is to essentially say, we're going to kind of start over. Maybe find a new identity or something like that. But like I said, if they did decide to part ways, if it meant them getting some younger talent in return or some draft picks or something to build towards the future, if Pat Riley's interested in building for a future, um, you know, send them to a contender and build around what you have. If you believe Tyler Hero's that guy,
Bless you.
I mean, I guess it is what it is. You will build around him. I don't think they should do that. I think they should trade Tyler Hero rather than Jimmy. If you're in a win now mode, but if you're a rebuilding mode, then you get rid of or you trade Jimmy and you build with Tyler Hero. Maybe Tyler Hero isn't the person you build around, but you keep him and kind of let him complement somebody else that you might try to bring in.
Would you trade Tyler Hero for Clay Thompson and James Wiseman?
I mean, I wouldn't trade him for them because Clay Thompson's going to be a
Sign and
free agent.
trade. It's a sign and trade.
A sign and
Just
trade.
so you
Okay.
make sure you get Clay.
Yeah,
So
but
that way you
see,
don't got to worry about having free
it's
agents
it's
come in and then
it's
not
it's
going to
the
Miami.
it's the age difference though. I mean, I love
I know. I would say Jimmy. They both 34, but you don't trade Jimmy for Clay.
like if you trade Jimmy, yeah, I wouldn't trade Jimmy for Clay, and I don't think I would trade Tyler for Clay either because it's just the
I was about to
if
be
you
gone, man.
if you bring in Clay
Now
Thompson,
be going to sleep.
if you bring in Clay Thompson, you got Clay and Jimmy. They're both in their mid 30s.
Yep,
Clearly,
34.
Clay Thompson looks like a shell of himself. A lot of time. Like he's had moments where he's been great, but for the most part, he's like a shell of himself, and I get that. And
Yeah,
man, towards ACL and towards Achilles in back-to-back seasons, like those are like
big
career-changing
injuries.
injuries,
Yeah,
and he had both. He did both, and is able to come back and play. Like that's a miracle in itself. And for him to, it's kind of selfish for us to think, or I know we've been spoiled by the way he's played and the way we're used to seeing him play. But it's kind of selfish of us to think that he can sustain that after having two devastating injuries like that. To come back and be his normal self, it's hard to do. Um, but for him to come in and just be like a shooter, a guy we can just pass the
like the
ball
Ray
to,
Allen role.
like a Ray. I was just
Yeah,
going to say that, like Ray Allen or Mike Miller, the Shane Battiers of the world, like those guys who just came in and just knock
yeah.
down threes for us. Like he can be that for us, but I wouldn't give up a player of Heroes caliber, and his youth for just a year or two of Clay Thompson because we got a bunch of guys on our team who are a little bit older, and I don't want this team to be full of old guys because we saw how that worked out with the Lakers when they went out. Yeah, they had LeBron, AD, Melo. Uh, I forget who else was on that team, but it was a
White
bunch of
Howard.
a bunch of names
Yeah,
and guys who were well past their prime. And they finally admitted it when the team finally kind of broke that up. It's like, oh yeah, we were just old, man. It was a hard time keeping up with all the other teams. And I don't want Miami to have to be in that boat either. So if you want to do a sign and trade for Clay, you know, I don't know who you go to or who you put up for that. Maybe Caleb Martin, he can go. I know a lot of teams were high on him after his performance against the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and everyone felt like he should have been MVP, even though Jimmy's numbers were better.
yeah.
Like, yes, you have those players that impact the series, and they make things a little easier for the star player. However, when you put his numbers beside Jimmy, and I did it because I went to go see myself if his numbers were better than Jimmy's to deserve the MVP, and they weren't. Like Jimmy didn't beat him by far. Like it wasn't like a huge gap. It was close, but Jimmy's numbers were better in more categories. So Jimmy should have got the MVP. He was awarded MVP, and rightfully so. And people now see why Caleb Martin should have gotten an MVP. I mean, he has not played anywhere near what he played in that Eastern Conference fight. Like it's like he hit his peak, he hit his ceiling, and then after that, he was just he did nothing. He come in, he have a moment there, but he did nothing. Like what did he do in the game against Boston yesterday? What was one play that Caleb Martin remember? He's like, man, he fucking did that. He was, I remember that, man. He made a tough shot. He dunked on somebody. He made a big three. Where was that play at in the game yesterday? Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I'll wait.
All right, so what you saying is you're going to get Tobias Harris, DeMar DeRozan, and Valanciunas in this summer. And Miami going back.
I like Valanciunas. I do. And there was rumors about Miami going after him potentially in the past, but I do like him. He's like Kevin Love, but I think he's a little bit better offensively. He has more of an arsenal. Like Kevin Love can shoot it. Kevin Love doesn't really have a post game. He's more of like a stretch four.
Yeah.
And get rebounds and he can pass the ball. But I think Valanciunas can, he gives you a little bit more. He's more of a post threat and he rebounds the ball well.
Hardenstein's going to be available.
Get him.
Doug McDermott's a shooter. Daniel Theis, Mason Plumlee, Andre Drummond, JaVale McGee, Tristan Thompson, Cody Zeller, Alex Len, Pat Bev, Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder was with Miami that year. We went to the finals in the bubble.
Kelly Oubre.
And he played a big role in getting us there.
Bobo.
Does he really play in the paint, or does he more so, or does he play outside the paint?
Bobo.
Bobo.
Yeah.
I ain't seen him play.
I've seen him play outside the paint. This man shooting threes and step back shots. I ain't seen him post up nobody yet.
I'm surprised y'all not playing Patty Mills just for the leadership and the experience. And he can shoot the three. Trigger watching Raw right now.
Oh yeah.
Watching Raw right now.
Well, they was playing the old SmackDown theme song the other day at work, boy. Whatever the heck you say.
Right. Let's transition, y'all. Now back to what you're saying about them Cowboys. You saw y'all picture of y'all 3 generational quarterbacks. Y'all picture. Y'all gotta look forward to that, man.
Dallas Cowboys have to be I don't even want to talk about them anymore because they just. Why are we even at this point, man? It's so much drama going on with them ever since they got eliminated from the playoffs by the Packers. We got parents and brothers and cousins and aunts and uncles talking shit about the quarterback. The team, apparently there's people within the organization that don't like Micah Parsons and want him gone. Dak Prescott ain't got a contract. CeeDee Lamb's is holding out. We lost a shitload of players that ain't replacing nobody except for the linebacker. We went and got Trey Lance. But yeah, all I hear is talks about Dallas to draft a quarterback. Well, what we get Trey Lance for? Why bring him in? And y'all talking about drafting somebody like what? I don't know. And like I said, the contract situation is messed up. Ownership's messed up. It seems like nobody wants Dak in Dallas, as far as the fans go. Like, Dak got the lawsuit thing going on too.
Yeah, it is a Hollywood hot mess in Dallas, man. I mean, Trey, you know it right on here. I don't even keep up with them no more. It's like a Tyler Perry film down there.
Literally.
Like it's I mean, who would have even projected the draft in the first round?
And that's another thing too. It's been dramatic. That's been dramatic because it's like they got every day I'm getting reports that it's a new person that Dallas gonna take a wide receiver. Or they're gonna draft for offensive lineman. They're gonna draft an edge rusher. They're gonna draft a quarterback. They should draft a quarterback in the second pick and get a running back in the third round. Like it's been a new person every single day. Every mock draft that I go and look at, I've never seen Dallas with the same person at their spot 2 times. It's someone different every single time in every mock draft.
I think I watched some math last night.
It's Jackson Powers from Oregon. It's Xavier Worthy, the receiver. It's Jonathan Brooks. It's somebody different every single time. Running back from Texas.
Yeah, I know, but why would if y'all draft the running back in the first round? That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see any running backs come off the board in the first round at all.
Yeah, end of the second, third.
Yeah, second round, third round, yes, absolutely. But what do? We signed Kendrick.
Y'all got Royce Freeman.
And we signed Royce Freeman. Hi, the playoff contender. We're going all the way next
Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl. We won a Super Bowl.
I think y'all need JPJ, Zach Robinson, or Darius Robinson, the edge from Missouri. Because, like you said with Micah, I think Micah, y'all got money, but y'all don't have a lot of money y'all be putting out there.
Yeah, and I get that. We can't really be busy in free agency because we're paying all these high-ass contracts. Then again, whose fault is that? Jared waiting to the last minute to pay these guys. Other guys in the same positions on other NFL teams are getting these contracts, these big, big contracts. And now, guess what? You got to pay your players the same, if not more. Because you like with Dak, like no other quarterbacks got their money. Now guess what? Dak don't want more than that because we could have paid him for way less, but we waited too long.
Are y'all prepared to give Dak $50 million a year?
Go ahead. He shouldn't. He's done nothing to earn that $50 million. If you ask me, he's been a great regular season quarterback. That's it. But legacies are built in the postseason. Patrick Mahomes he deserves every dollar that he's getting because he's won Super Bowls with an S. I think he deserves an extension. Give him $500 more million. Make him a billionaire.
Back to back. He went back to back.
Yeah. You know how hard it is to even get to the playoffs and win in the playoffs, let alone win back-to-back Super Bowls in this day and age? Who does that?
Can I say something?
When was the last time that was done? Like the early 2000s?
The Patriots.
The Eagles went back-to-back, or somebody went back-to-back.
Patriots.
The Rams, the Bucks.
Patriots.
Who went back-to-back? Denver in the 1990s?
Patriots. You said the Patriots 14 times.
Oh, my bad. I didn't hear your thing.
Yeah. Patriots 03-04.
Yeah, you cut out. I knew somebody.
I cut out. My bad.
It had been like 20 years since it last happened. But yeah, like that, it's hard to do, man. It's very hard to do, especially in this day and age, man. The rules are set up now to where it favors the offense a lot more. It's hard to play defense, and to win championships, you got to have a good defense. And
I don't think if it's not -4, make it back to back. If it's not -4 when they play Miami, they're not back to back. I don't think.
Maybe, but I don't think it's an accident or it was happenstance. I think they're a good ass football team with a good ass culture, a great coach, and a generational quarterback and tight end. And they got
the worst ownership in the NFL.
They never had. They've had good defenses, but Kansas City ain't been known for their defense. And that's what I was saying. Like the defense has to play well in this. In an era where it's hard to play defense. And for them to do that with a team that wasn't the greatest defensively, but they were in the top, in the top 10, top 5 in some defensive categories.
This year was their best defensive team.
They were definitely a championship defense this year.
They definitely had it this year, but the other years they won the Super Bowl. They weren't at the top of the league in defense, but they did what they had to do to win the big game when they needed to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they only allowed like 16 points in the season and then like 15 in the postseason. So yeah, they definitely
That
but
Miami game.
Kansas City actually the offense was the weak link.
Yeah.
yeah, it was for a little while. Starting the season off.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's writing Patrick Mahomes off. He quickly reminded him when they got in the playoffs. As a 3 seed, it's the first time they won a 1 seed since he's been the starting quarterback. They had to go on the road for 2 of the 3 games that they played in tough environments at that. They played the first game at home against Miami, and then they had to go to Buffalo and to Baltimore, 2 of the toughest places to play. Especially Buffalo in the wintertime. Come on now. I know it get cold in Kansas City too, but yeah, there's a different environment up in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and go to Baltimore and play that team with the MVP Lamar Jackson and
I think Lamar got it to his head.
that defense, and you beat them. Come on now. This might have been the hardest road Patrick Mahomes had to take to get the Super Bowl in a year where his offense wasn't great to start the season. They didn't get home field advantage. He had to go on the road for the first time in his career in the playoffs, and this man handled it like a boss.
And then you had to play San Fran in the Super Bowl.
And played Stanford. I mean, literally, it like playing a video game. Like get to one level, and you face the final boss, and you get to another level. You feel like it literally got worse as they kept going along. And this man looked like he was getting better.
He was in the Royal Rumble match.
That's why I'm a fan, man. That's why I like it. That's why I like this, Patrick Mahomes, because this man, he come in and it don't matter. I'm a football player. I'm a baller. I beat the worst teams and I beat the best teams. Can't nobody say nothing about me come playoff time or during the regular season. Like, I don't just show up against bad teams. I show up against bad teams. I show up against good teams. I show up against great teams. And we go and we put our money where our mouth is and we win games when it matters in January.
They traded their best corner. They traded their best corner away.
And traded Tyreek Hill away. And still, who on that receiving core would be at number 1 on any team in the NFL? Who?
Travis Kelce.
Rice? Maybe?
Because remember at the beginning of the year, he was having drops. He was dropping at the beginning of the year.
I know. I mean, he got right after a while, though. And they finally started catching some balls, and that was the issue. A lot of the games they could have won. They probably could have been a number 1 seed had their receivers just caught the ball. Kadarius Toney, my God. How many passes did he drop this year?
Hey, y'all talking about basketball. I got there catch football.
Valdez Scantling. He made the biggest catch in his career in that game against Baltimore when he for sure would have dropped that pass 2 months prior to that game.
Remember, he dropped that pass again in that Monday night
Buffalo.
against Philly.
Or was it Philly?
Yeah,
it was Philly. Yeah, Philly should have lost. Or there's another play. I think Buffalo turned around and did the same thing against Philly. Yeah, both teams happened against Philly. She was dropped passes that could have won the game. But anywho, yeah. So he had a receiving core that wasn't as strong. You traded away a generational talent, or you didn't trade away. I signed a free agency with Miami, but you lose a generational talent.
I thought they traded him. They traded Tyreek Hill. I thought
maybe they did.
I think they traded Tyreek Hill.
But either who, you lose a generational talent in Tyreek Hill, and yet it don't mess up nothing you got going on. This man Tyreek Hill, clearly it wasn't him that made this team successful. Like, yes, he was a part of it, but taking him off the team didn't set them back to the point that they couldn't win in January and then continue to win Super Bowls without him. Because what has he done since he's been in Miami?
You heard he said Mike McDaniel. You heard how he said he coached him hard during that game. He said you're supposed to be the best player in the fucking league, and you out there letting that man put your hands on you like that. And Tyreek Hill said, I appreciate that. I appreciate getting coached like that.
Yeah, he should. And the coach should be able to have the right to say that and the player not get offended,
Yeah.
He's just trying to do something to set a fire up on you. It's like, I thought you was the best receiver. I ain't seeing it. There's nothing disrespectful about it. He's challenging him. And I'm glad he took it the way he did. Like, okay, obviously coach sees something in me. He thinks I'm better than this guy and I'm not showing it. So what does he do as a coach? Does he sit there and just stand by like, oh, he'll turn it on? I don't want to make him mad. I don't want to make him mad. That's not a Cowboys coach. I don't want to make him mad. I'm just gonna, I'll pat him on the back. Tell him he's doing a fine job when he's not.
Is
Fucking
CeeDee Lamb holding out?
pacifying him and enabling him. Yeah, he holding out.
How y'all feel?
About.
CeeDee Lamb holding out.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him. He needs his
That's what I
money.
say. They need to hurry up and pay him before Justin Jefferson get his deal because it's going to be astronomical.
They're saying $32 million plus for Justin Jefferson.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what CeeDee Lamb probably doing. That's what his team is telling him. That's what his marketing team telling him. Look, let's wait to see the Justin Jefferson deal, and then we get throw out an offer.
I mean, it has to be because Devontae Smith got $25 million.
He's
got
not
30.
even the number one receiver on his team. Getting that kind of money. $25 million, you the number 2 option?
How much y'all giving Micah? 35, 36?
$25 an hour.
Yeah, come make this minimum wage real quick so you do something.
You can get Micah on the Heat. He at least get you some rebound.
He might lead our team in scoring and 3-point field goal percentage.
And personal foul.
You laughing? I'm dead serious.
You might be right because he played by the basket. I don't know. I think they got y'all. I think y'all need Zach Frazier, a JPJ, and maybe take a flyer on a Spencer Rattler, Joe Milton, somebody later rounds, or just wait for Shedeur next year. Maybe y'all go 7-11.
Oh, it's 18 games now.
Oh, 7. It's 7. I thought it was 18. Or is it 17? It's 17. I'm sorry. 7 and 10.
Okay.
7 and 10. I'm sorry. I know they're trying to get to 18 games.
Yeah.
So y'all think CeeDee Lamb holdout is warranted?
Yeah. Well, if I'm CeeDee Lamb, that's a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't feel nothing about it? Feel worried or anything? Not having an option outside of CeeDee?
Nope.
When you don't care, you don't think I ain't even thought about it.
Guess what? If CD does play or he don't play, the result's gonna be the same.
Mm-hmm.
First round elimination.
Oh, Dallas ain't making the playoffs this year.
Or we not gonna make the playoffs at all.
They ain't making the playoffs.
They're not even a playoff team right now. It's currently constructed. They are not a playoff team.
Y'all a playoff team.
No. We're the third best team in our division. Us and the Giants will be competing to not be the worst team in the NFC East next year.
So you got the Commanders ahead of y'all.
Yeah, on paper they're better than us right now. They done stole like 3 of our players and 1 of our coaches. 2 of our coaches, if you include Quinn.
And you got Frankie Lou and Jeremy Chin over there too.
Yep, and they still, they're gonna get a quarterback in the first round.
Well, y'all be all right if they draft Drake May. Y'all will be okay.
They got a decent. Well, now they're talking about them getting Jaden Daniels.
I heard it didn't go so well, or did they say it was the opposite of that? I heard it didn't go so well in Washington with Jaden Daniels.
I don't know, but yeah.
But then I've been hearing JJ McCarthy too. JJ McCarthy, if he go there, I would worry because coming from a Jim Harbaugh, you got somebody that national champion. I'm worried. I'm happy. Carolina, we got the 33 and 39. I'm so happy. We're gonna have great players for us because we're gonna have 5 quarterbacks to go in the first round. So, and then I just worry that I hope we get a receiver there. If not, it's gonna be a Peyton Wilson. Y'all might draft Peyton Wilson. I wouldn't. That might be an option for y'all. Or did you already get a linebacker to replace? Van Der Esch.
Could be.
Man, y'all.
All right, well, look, y'all, my phone about to die. My phone about to die, so I'm gonna have to head on out.
All right, brother. Take it easy. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Miles.
All right.
Trigger. Who you drafting? Right now, you on the clock. Who you picking?
No, I might as well draft him. He give me a better chance. I got more hope in him. I know he'll play hard, even if it will be the wrong position on the wrong team.
I think, Cowboys going to playoffs. I don't know why y'all say that. Y'all go to playoffs every year.
I know we do, but our roster right now is not strong enough. I mean, if they make a couple changes and have a really good draft, I might change my opinion. But right now, The way our team looks, we got a hole at left tackle, we got a hole at running back, we got a hole at center, we got a hole at receiver, we got a hole at the defensive end, we got a hole at linebacker. We got a quarterback. We got a quarterback who's not sure about his future. We got a team organization who's not sure about our quarterback future. We got a wide receiver that we got to pay who's potentially could be holding out. We got another linebacker or edge or whatever position y'all want to call him. I don't even know what Michael plays anymore because we move around so much. They got to pay him. Dak got this lawsuit going on. I don't know if that's going to be anything or if it's, he's going to miss time or get suspended or what. It's too many questions and not nearly enough answers right now for this team. For me to even say something crazy that they are a playoff team with all that going on right now. I'd be fooling myself if I said that. The Cowboys are a playoff team, despite the fact that Dak hasn't been paid, CD's sitting out, Mike ain't got a deal. We got 5-6 holes on both sides of the football. Like it's too much.
We're gonna answer that question right now, Trick. You can see my screen.
Yep.
We're gonna help you out right now. All right. You're gonna get you a good player right here, Trigger. All right, Trigger, you on the clock. You got trade offer. You taking this trade? Second round, 37, and a 4th round pick for number 124.
No.
You got Byron Murphy. You got Talise Fuga, Brian Thomas Jr., Cooper DeJean, Troy Fontano, Graham Burton, JPJ, Tyler Guyton, Lad McConkey, Xavier Worthy, Darius Robinson. You got picks right here. You going JPJ?
Yeah.
Let's see who's gonna fall to me. Ooh.
Oh, I'm taking that from you.
I like this one, Trigger. What you think? Or was that 4th round? That's a 5th 160. I get a higher 5th round pick. I get 3 spots back in the second, and I get a 2025 round 3 and a 2025. I'm gonna go and take that one. I probably skipped out Randy Pershaw. Going look back to back. No, I'm gonna pick. Oh, easy, easy, lad. No, give me lad. Give me Zach Frazier. I got my center and I got my receiver. Ooh, you got Peyton Wilson, Xavier. You got some players, Trigger. Jonathan Brooks. Trey Benson.
Offensive lineman on there. Any left tackles available on that list?
Where is it? They got one at 80. Y'all pick again at 87. Maybe a little bit of a reach right now.
Yeah, all right, go back.
Leggett is a good day.
Yeah.
Or running back.
Probably go with Leggett.
You're going to draft my player. That's crazy. I'll definitely take that one. Sanders, give me a tight end. I need a tight end. That's an A+ pick, Trigger. That's an A+ pick. Oh, how you feel about that one?
Mm-mm.
You got an interior offensive line safety. You got Blake Corum, Jonah Ellis, Jalen Wright, Devondre Sweat, Mason Smith,
Blake
Blake
Corum.
Fisher. You want Blake Corum? A+ pick trigger. 2 A+ picks back to back. Everybody trying to trade with me. No, I got I pick again at 141. Yeah, I'm taking my corner. I need a corner.
Look at you.
Need a corner. Gotta have it. JC, I need JC to play all year because this is I need you, JC. I need you. Oh, back to back. I ain't trading no more. Um, I'm gonna take Estimate and we get a linebacker too. Dang, they got me. They said take a quarterback. D line. Give me Wingo. Nope. I spent too much money on guard to do it, but I did. I got Corbett, but he don't stay. I need a linebacker too. I'm gonna double down on corner. Oh, they gave me a B for that one. I'm gonna take this edge. All right, trigger you on the clock. Oh, I messed up your trade. My bad. I can't get it back.
Offensive left tackle. Offensive tackle.
174. Walter Rouse. Or you want
Yep,
to see the
that's
whole?
that's available.
Or you want to see the whole board?
Whoever's the best available.
You got Bo Lemire. That's the interior offensive line. Hey, Bo Lemire. Oh, you got JPJ though.
No, I need a left tackle.
Walter Rouse. A pick trigger. You got an A pick right there. You got 3 more picks left. I should have did fast. I'm sorry. I can't see comments and people comment. I'm sorry. I'll check it when I come back. Are you back on the clock, trigger? Ooh. You got some linebacker, edge, cornerbacks.
Edge rusher. He's the best edge rusher available.
Nelson Caesar from Houston. Or do you want to get the linebacker from Notre Dame?
Linebacker.
Notre
Yep.
Dame?
Mm-hmm.
I think you might be back before me again too. You got a tight end? I don't think y'all need tight end.
No, we good.
Running back,
I got this tight end, man.
defensive lineman, safety,
Defensive lineman.
Jordan Jefferson,
Yep.
LSU. A plus pick trigger. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm taking. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna take a flyer on Joe Milton. Y'all don't need a kicker. I don't even know they got that suggestion for y'all. You got an interior offensive lineman. You got a wide receiver, a running back, a tackle, a linebacker, and a D lineman. You trying to fill a wide receiver hole?
I got my wide receiver on.
Oh yeah, you got Leggett. That's right. Um, you got your running back. You got your tackle, linebacker, D lineman.
My edge rusher.
You got Eric Watts. You got a Jalen Harrell, Javante John Baptist, Grayson Murphy from UCLA. You want BPA at edge?
Hmm. Yeah, go with that.
Eric Watts. A plus pick trigger. You got an all A draft. I messed up with a B. So you got JPJ, Xavier Leggett, Blake Corum, Walter Rouse, Maurice Lufu, Jordan Jefferson, and Eric Watts. All A draft trigger.
Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Let's see what Dallas does in the real draft.
Carolina, we got Lad McConkey,
Hmm.
Zach Frazier, Jatavion Sanders. I got my corner, Chris Auburn's Drain. I got Aldrich Estimate, my big power back to go along with Miles and Chuba. I got an interior D
Uh,
line. They learned from Ashawn and beside their green. I got a corner, two corners. Need them. I got me an edge, and then I got my backup quarterback for when Andy wants to go ahead and retire with Joe Milton. Somebody could throw us 70 yards. Trigger your JPJ. A good pick. Xavier Leggett is a great pick. I don't know if you heard him talk. That boy Southern South Carolina for real.
oh yeah. Uh huh. Not what I was expecting.
No. I was like, oh. I was like, oh. Blake Corum, Walter Rouse. That's a good linebacker pick right there. Jordan Jefferson. Hey, that's a good. Hey, Trigger. Oh, look who went first.
No, see this draft. No, no,
Hey,
no,
hey, hey,
no, no, no,
hey.
no.
You don't think so, Trigger?
JJ McCarthy going number one overall to the Bears. They should have kept old boy for all that. They was gonna do that.
JJ
Justin
McCarthy,
Fields,
a national champion.
yeah, he's national champion. So was Tim Tebow. Ask Tim Tebow how that worked out.
This is what they got Caleb. Everybody got Caleb going first.
Yeah, Caleb's going first overall. We already know that. That's a given. That's one thing about this draft. That's almost fact. Caleb Williams will be the first number one pick to Chicago. If that does not happen,
Somebody might get fired. I mean, it depends on how it goes.
Lady Ray, I feel good about the draft that I just made, but I'm not going to be in the room on Thursday when the Cowboys are actually drafting. And it's going to be a crying shame because they're probably going to do the opposite of what I just put up there.
I feel good about my draft too. If we get that draft, I don't Joe Milton. I probably get out with somebody else. But I mean, if I get a Lad McConkey falls to us at 38, if I can get Zach Frazier and Lad McConkey, I'm a happy person. But I just worry is Lad McConkey a younger Adam Thielen for my offense right now? Or they say he can play on the outside, Trigger. You a Georgia fan. You tell me.
I thought he filled in nicely when Brock Bowers wasn't the one getting all the touches.
Yeah.
He did okay, but for me, I didn't see a whole lot from him that made me think that he was a number one or could go on the NFL team and be a number one receiver. He might be like a really nice number two, maybe even a number three option, but I don't see him based off what I saw at Georgia. I don't see him being a number one. He's a good receiver though. I mean, he could end up being number one. Like Adam Thielen wasn't always number one receiver. And he
Yeah.
became number one receiver until Justin Jefferson got drafted there. Until Stephon Diggs came along and all that. But yeah, I mean, it could happen. Georgia was loaded with talent on the offensive side of the ball, and it was like Brock Bowers, you had other receivers that was getting the ball, and then you had McConkey. So it was just a lot of talent, and he's very talented. And maybe he didn't have a chance to display that as much because the talent around him was so good.
Yeah.
But I think he's a great pick for y'all. I would love for Dallas to get him if he was available.
Oh, he gonna be. Trigger, you on the clock again.
But we have other needs we have to address though of four wide receiver.
I wouldn't take either one of these. They trying to play you, Trigger.
No.
All right, so let's look at who Caleb Williams, Drake May, which could be a thing. Ooh, Marvin Harrison Jr. to Rome,
Yeah, I
Malik
see the
Neighbors.
Patriots. They going back and forth with the Patriots, either getting Marvin Harrison Jr. or a quarterback.
Joe Alt, that'll be a good tackle for y'all. That's a
Oh
good
yeah,
tackle right there too.
I would love to have Joe Alt, but he's not going. He's not going to make it to us.
Latu, Fuga, JJ McCarthy to the Vikings. Ooh,
And I feel like that's more where JJ McCarthy's going to fall at, somewhere outside the top 10.
what you think about that?
I mean, they need a quarterback.
They just
They got,
traded for Zach Wilson
yeah,
today,
I'm about
though.
to say they got Zach Wilson, but he's not obviously. I wouldn't think they would make him their answer because of his performance
Yeah,
in New York. Yeah, he gonna go there and be a backup.
y'all got a
So
lot of tackles. If y'all trade up, y'all can get you another tackle that can anchor your line. I mean, stay in there too, though. Terry
oh
Arnold.
yeah, we could, but would Dallas be willing to pull the trigger on that?
This is a high. I seen Kool Aid dropping some. This.
Yeah, I haven't seen him get picked up in the first round at all.
All right, Trigger. You on the? Yeah, ooh, Chop Robinson, Guyton, JPJ, AD Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, Keon Coleman, Jordan Morgan, tackle from Arizona, Christian Haynes, Ladd, TJ Tampa, Zach Frazier.
Go back to the top.
6 foot 297. Perfect blend of natural leverage, proportional length and mass, hyper explosive. Oh, I'll let you read it. Twitched up interior defender with line, quick burst energy.
Hmm.
Doesn't quite have the elite ankle flexation to pinch rushing angles consistently. Sometimes lack the hip fluidity to scrape past blockers. Anyway, through reps can still be quicker and more consistent at adapting and employing pass rush counters. At times has hyperactive energy and can be a bit uncontrolled. 6'1", 30.
Give me JPJ again.
Ooh, JPJ. That's a good pick. You can't go wrong with a lineman. Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me. Yeah, that's a no. Yeah, I'm sorry. No question. If he right there, if he right there, I'm sorry. I'm taking AD Mitchell if he right there. That's a tough one right here. I got I got Jadavion Clowney. I draft AD Mitchell. I drafted Jonathan Mingo last year. I'm taking TJ Tampa. I can't go back to back premium. All right. They won a 2025 fifth, seventh, and pick 56. You get 108, 129, a third, and a fourth. How you feel?
Nope.
Pick 59 and 2025 fifth for pick 56.
Nope.
You on the clock. You got a D tackle, you got a linebacker, you got Xavier Leggett again. Kitchens Michael Hall Jr. from Ohio State. Marshawn Nealon, a good edge. Brendan Fisk.
Offensive tackle.
OT. You got one at 92. You got pick 87.
All right. Let's go. Running back.
Jonathan Brooks, Will Shipley, Blake Corum.
Let's go Jonathan Brooks this time.
That'll be a big pick for y'all. No. I ain't gonna do no trading on this one. Who I got up here? 101. Give me Benson Knock. How you feel about that trade? Ooh. You go back one spot and you go up what? A couple.
Oh yeah, I would take that one then.
And they took Jeremiah Trotter right out your lap. You got an edge right here, wide receiver, linebacker, D tackle. You got your running back. You got an offensive tackle from Yale. Dwayne Carter from Duke. Javon J. Sweat.
Where's the offensive tackle?
Right here. 6'5", 323. Massive frame with excellent universal frame density and 99 percentile length. Nimble, fleet-footed, high energy, vertical move with elite first step explosiveness, burst, length, and frame density amount to quantifiably elite raw power capacity. Improved in 2023 at getting depth on his kick and suffocating rushers with synergy. Verified mauler who relishes the chance to bury opponents when they give up leverage. Was a full-time starter at right guard in 2021 and has projected positional versatility. Despite footwork improvement, still prone to false steps out of his stance at times, still growing with his independent hand usage, placement, and load efficiency. Sometimes drifts too far upright when playing as a pulling block or impacting drive. Missed most of 23 with a season-ending quad injury that required surgery.
Oh yeah, Dallas would definitely draft him if he's been hurt. Yeah, I feel like go and pick him up. I feel like that's what we would do.
He said they definitely drafted.
You got season-ending injury, life-threatening, whatever. They gonna draft.
Who did I pick? Oh, give me Braylon Allen right here. Yeah, I'm taking that. Yeah, definitely taking Braylon Allen. I got back-to-back. I like this right here. It's a tough one, Trigger. I'm going to take Jonah. I'll actually accept that because I didn't have nobody to pick right there anyway. Jaheim Bell, a good pick. How's him? Taki Smith. Safety, Georgia. Oh, you don't remember?
Mm-mm.
Come on, Trick. You supposed to be my Georgia connoisseur right there. Eric All is a good. He gonna be a good tight end. He was he transferred over. I took Benson off. A favor multi safety looks that has one drop into the box as a freelancer. Struggles mightily when he's a slot corner and man assignment because he's too stiff and rapid. This is a surprise for 6'2", 240. The right role will get him in coverage against tight ends, big receivers, and a roamer. He's much more effective coming down here, providing support. Yep, I'm taking him. Because I got TJ Tampa, I got JC, and I got Dane Jackson in my slot.
All right.
Oh, you got Trigger. You got 4 more picks left after this. This who you got. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This who you got.
What wide receivers are available?
Jalen Coker. I heard he's going to be a sleeper. Aeneas Smith from Texas A&M. Jaquan Jackson from Tulane. I think he's a good one. Cornelius Johnson from Michigan. I don't know if we'll be looking at anybody. Measurables and all that.
Give me Jalen.
Let me see. He's 5'9".
Oh, hell.
6'1". Jalen 6'1". Cornelius Johnson 6'2", 212. Cornelius Johnson has long 9.46 athlete. Lauded side and speed threat. He was a 4-star recruit in 2019. Came out of high school with a 4.58. That figure came in before he was introduced to Michigan. Although he hasn't produced an elite clip, he's flashes of his potential each season.
He got potential?
Yeah, he's from Michigan.
Oh, yeah. Sign him up then.
Oh, you got to trade. I think he's a good one. You want that trade?
Yeah. There's another pick.
Oh, I'm on the clock. I don't know. I feel pretty good about this draft. (6'4", 297. 6'6", 291. Gabe Hawks uses Rowell's team, but he's often playing a big end in the 3-4 who looks to eat blocks, meaning he's not producing a flash and lesson that makes him stand out. However, he had a more impact moments when he slid inside against guards to 4-3 tackle. Hall doesn't have the speed or flexibility to ever be a good pass rusher, but his energy and hustle levels are excellent, and he's strong enough to be a rotational run defender at the next level. This should equal day 3. I'll take him. I'll put him beside Big Grizzly. All right. You on the board? Ooh, you got a good linebacker right here.
Mm-hmm.
Runs a good edge. You got a lot right here, Trigger. What you feel you're in the need for?
Give me a edge rusher. Let's see.
Muhammad Kamara, that's a good one. 6'1", 248. He has the quickness to get into the chest of blockers before pivoting and change directions. Sometimes struggles plays closer to 6'1" and lacks the ideal length to create space. He has the quickness to get into the chest of blockers before pivoting and change direction. Kamara is a good athlete who can fight through contact and bend past his blockers to his quarterbacks. He's not overly powerful in the run game, but can be respectable enough not to be a liability. NFL teams will care more about his disruptiveness. With 28.5 tackles for loss and 16.5 sacks in his career, Kamara has to continue being a sack artist who overcomes his size to be drafted. His raw skills should certainly have him in the mix. You got Miles Cole, 6'6", 278, 8.53. Often playing more as an off-ball linebacker than a true edge defender, Miles Cole produces as an effort player. His activity level pays off on stunts and delayed blitzes, and he constantly finds himself around the ball. His usage is odd considering his massive frame. However, he's likely more of a camp invite player due to his lack of instincts and explosiveness. You got more picks right there, so I wouldn't even go that deep on edge. Look somewhere else.
Oh, linebackers.
You got Tommy, 6'2", 233. Tommy Ecklenberg exploded in 120 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, a pick, and 3 passes deflections. Now he's projected as one of the top linebacker prospects in the 2024 NFL Draft. In similar fashion to statistical ascent, Eckenberg is just as explosive on the field at 6'2", 235. He can erupt through gaps and closing ground easily in pursuit, and he plays with a red-hot motor from snap to whistle. And the other one's at 205. You may want to get with your other picks. Unless you see somebody here you like. 6'2", 236. He's an athlete. Omar Spikes led over 300 tackles in his career at Oregon State before transferring to LSU. He's been underrated across the entire span. He's one of the 2024 NFL Draft's biggest sleepers. At 6'1", 237, is a rock-up second-level defender with impressive mass. That mass amounts to great play strength, both as a block destructor and destructor and a tackler. But Spikes also brings quality burst, range, and short area agility as a coverage defender, and he's very instinctive when managing the middle of the field. Tommy Eichenberg. What are you feeling now? You feel good with your tight end room?
Yeah, I like my tight end room that we have currently.
You got D tackle right here.
Yeah.
6'1", 313.
Oh, yeah.
Jawan Briggs to the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And then 216, your last pick. Oh, you got 254 too. I'm sorry. You got a lot in that trade.
Had that extra pick from that trade.
You got a guard right here. Center.
I still didn't even. Oh wait, I already got a center.
Yeah, you got JPJ, and you got a tackle. Safety, D tackle. Virginia State, baby. Willie Drew.
Oh my gosh.
5'11", 191, Trigger. Pull trigger, man.
The Miami Heat and all these undersized people.
You didn't get an edge. You want to go look at edge?
Yeah, let's look at the edges again.
Eric Watts from UConn, 6'5", 274. Sendata Anderson from Grambling State, 6'4", 247. His athletic score, though. Gabriel Murphy from UCLA, 6'2", 247. Athlete. Nelson Cesar. Built like a speed rusher at 6'2", 248. Is ranked second on the Cougars in tackles for loss and filled the stat sheet with a forced fumble, 2 pass breakups, and an interception 2022. Confirms that his activity level and usage allowed him to often be present. He was used in coverage occasionally and looked comfortable working in space, including executing on zone drops, QB spy responsibilities, and as a delayed blitzer. Season size as a true edge led to some issues finishing plays, though. Over 2 seasons, he has only 7.5 sacks and struggles to hold up as a run defender due to the lack of lower body strength. And improving his ability to hold up in the run game, or improving his balance through contact as a pass rusher can lead to him improving Caesar's late day 3 grade. Golly. This is pick 216.
We'll go with Watts. He's the bigger of all of them. Like 6'5", can't teach that.
Yeah, that's fact. Information. All right. Murphy's still there. Linebacker. Rasheen Ali. That's you got your running back though. Unless you want another one. Star chain. I think 6'3", 242. Forever 11, 206. Al Blades Jr. What you feel like you need, Trigger? That's what you got so far.
Do I have a offensive tackle?
Yep. You got the guy one from Yale right here. You want to double down?
No. So I got a center, got offensive tackle, got an edge, got
Uh-oh.
linebacker,
Boys for the last draft right here.
running back. Ooh, yeah, that's mine.
Let's see if they got him. 6'5", 313. Rouse produced a strong career at Stanford before transferring to play across from Guyton, giving Oklahoma maybe the best offensive tackle duo in the nation. Good athlete at left tackle, allowing him stunts and a variety of pass rusher types. His biggest impact is as a run blocker, where his reach and leg drive gives him the ability for violent finishes. Oh, yeah, we read that already. Take your boy. All right. So I got A.D. Mitchell, T.J. Tampa, Benson Knott, Braylon Allen, Jonah Elise, Kaiton Oladipo, and Gabe Hall. I like these right here. Like the
I think you did better this time around than the last one. Not to say the last draft was bad. I think I like this one better.
yeah, I like these top two right here,
Yeah, those two. Plus, I like Brandon Allen. He's a really big back.
and not used
A
that much too.
bulldozer. Bulldozer. Yep.
Where
Bulldozer.
is he?
I wouldn't be mad if Dallas drafted him over Brooks or Corum or Trey Benson, whoever else. They
Was he?
decided to go Brandon Allen. Yeah, he's there.
How you feel? How you feel about this draft?
I
Dallas
like
had
my first draft. I think I like my first draft better than this one. I
yeah.
mean, it's not terrible, but after the first three picks, it's kind of like, I think I
This is
drafted
involved.
a little bit better.
This is involved. I ain't realized that before I made that last comment. At draft, for us sitting right here, I can't imagine what it feel like to be in that draft room.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like,
It's all kind of like conversations and dialogues, and strategies, and just it's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
yeah,
But shit, you know what you need? Fucking go make the picks. Make it, don't
that's true.
overcomplicate it. Overcomplicate it.
But history,
Y'all can't mess this up because y'all got a lot of holes y'all got to fill. It ain't like drafts in the past where we had a bunch of positions available that we need to fill in, and y'all went, and got the opposite of what you needed. Like this draft, they can't go wrong. Whoever they pick is more than likely like, well, yeah, we need one of them. We need an edge. We need a linebacker. We
I
need an
think
offensive tackle. We need a center.
I think we only got 3 draft picks from our last 6 drafts on our team.
Oh wow.
Like Derek Brown is the only one who got a second contract.
Yeah, I just want Dallas to, like I said, it's going to be pretty hard for them to mess this up because whoever we draft, it's a pretty good chance we need them.
Yeah, because y'all gonna. I mean, the only thing is the run on tackles, but the interior lineman is gonna be there. A receiver is gonna be there. Cornerback.
Running back, there's going to be plenty of running
Yeah,
backs available. Now, I think the running back pool is pretty solid, even though none of them are like first round, picks. But I think they'll be good enough that they can come in and lead the Cowboys backfield,
I
work
think
in
what's
tandem with who we have.
what's good
I
and what
like the
sucks.
idea. You go ahead.
No, I said what's good and what sucks is they some of them are, but I think would be first round picks in other drafts. But with the amount of talent that receivers and cornerbacks and linemen and quarterbacks that
Yeah, that kind of plays a role too, in like diminishing how they look
yeah,
as well. So, but yeah, yeah, I can see Jonathan Brooks or Benson or Braylon Allen, one of them guys playing in tandem with what's his name, Rico Dowdle.
yeah. And
You
Royce
know,
Freeman.
yeah, or Royce Freeman, yeah, whatever. I guess that'll shut the door on the Ezekiel Elliott rumors.
Uh, for our 30 visits, we had in I think we had in a bunch of a bunch of running backs. So that's what makes me think we are going running back. We had in is it on here? We had in Jonathan Brooks, Trey Benson, Brendan Rice, Malachi Corley, McMillan, Leggett, Worthy, Taz Walker, Benson Knott, Jatavion Sanders, Jordan Morgan, Marshawn Nealon, Austin Brooks, Peyton Wilson, Adrian Cooper, and Kalen Carson. But we had I know more than that, but we had almost all the running backs. So I think we getting them.
Hmm.
But hey, I'll be happy because Chuba, this is last year his deal.
Mm-hmm.
Is Miles Sanders going? What you gonna do? So
Yeah, might as well get prepared for the future.
yeah. Well, Trigger, you, you got anything else? You want to call it a night?
I got nothing else, brother. I get into the Yankees. A couple of things. I need to
Fuck
address on them, but it's gonna take a minute to kind of get through all that stuff. So
I ain't even looked at baseball since I saw we started going in the slump.
it's easy to
God, leave.
once the team start losing there. But yeah, the Yankees have been very up and down since we started the season 5-0. They're currently 15-8 right now. They've had a couple of blunders here and there, and one thing that really upsets me is they have a lot of firepower, yet they have a lot of games where they have not. Like for instance, of the 8 losses that they have, 4 of them the Yankees went scoreless with Judge, Soto, Verdugo, Torres, Volpe.
Damn, y'all
All these
lost to
heavy
the
hitters.
Athletics today.
Yeah, in the 9th inning. They wait till the 9th inning to give up a 2-run home run. The game was scoreless up until then, and that's how we lost.
So
Starting pitch did great. And, that was one of my biggest things. Like the pitching going into this season, especially after losing Cole, I
yeah,
was very worried. I was like, man, if we could tread water, we can be in contention by the time Cole gets back. I'll be happy with that. We've exceeded that, you know. But our offense, man, has let us down in a lot of these games that we've lost. Like especially when we have good pitching. If the Yankees have a good pitching outing, like we have to, that has to be a win because right now we're like our pitching is not our strong suit. Starting pitching, they've been decent so far, but they still had moments where they've given up walks or given up, a lot of hits.
hmm
They've made a lot of errors. Things that have cost us some of the games that we've lost. Our bullpen has been very shaky. Our closers have been shaky. Our closer gave up the damn 2-run home run today. One of the better ones anyway, so that doesn't, reassure me about that. I thought we finally had a guy that I could trust, but I can't trust none of them, man. Them guys get up there and, they just completely fall apart at the plate for whatever reason, and they make big
PR
mistakes.
PR side. Are you giving Trevor Bauer a call?
I think he'd be nice to have. But at this point, I feel like we've done good enough, better than what I thought we would be without Cole. So I can't really be upset. The pitching hasn't been as terrible as I thought it would be. Even though we have our moments where we do look bad, but it's not like consistently bad.
Yeah,
I'm
y'all should
seeing
be getting
hope.
offense though with them hitters, bro.
That's what I'm getting into. Like I see hope in in Carlos Rodon and
Yeah.
Nestor Cortez, our number one and number two starters right now. They have started to settle in and look like, you know, they know what they're doing out there. Stroman has been probably statistically one of the better pitchers out of the five that's been starting. I mean, he's been really good. Um, and then you got Clark Smith and Luis Gill um, as the four and the five, and they've had their moments. Um, but yeah, I mean, pitching's gonna be up and down. I guess the wins and losses are up and down too as a result, because I think a lot of our success hinges on the pitching and the
Yeah.
defense. But I've seen every game this season, and I can honestly say that it's been a mixture of things. Like we've won games, through grit and making clutch plays. We've obliterated teams. We just flat out grinded out games and won. In the games that we lost, it always came down to, okay, this game was pitching. The next game, we made too many errors in the outfield. It was the defense. Pitching was spot on, but the defense didn't help. Or the
Yeah.
pitching was spot on and the bats were silence. And I'm just trying to figure out how that happens. When we have half of our losses this season, we don't score a run. And we just went scoreless against one of the worst teams in baseball today. How do you not score a single run against the A's?
And like
You're
you
at
said,
home.
gave it up in
Y'all
the
are at home. You give it
final.
up in the ninth inning. In the top of the ninth inning. You don't score a single run in New York at Yankee Stadium against one of the worst teams in baseball. How does that happen? How did they hold you scoreless at home? One of the worst teams in baseball. But it's stuff like that. It's like
Yeah.
you sweep the Astros to open the season, and then you get shut out by the A's at home.
They only got no stadium, cuz. They got no stadium.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's just weird because baseball is a wonky sport. You got
Yeah.
teams on paper who ain't supposed to be contending, beating teams that are projected to go to the World Series.
Oh, they came back. I'm
It
sorry,
just
Trey.
happens. No, you good. But yeah, it just happens, and I feel like the Yankees, they have everything they need to win, and once Cole comes back, will be even better. I did see a rumor. I only saw it in one place. I don't think it's true at all. There was a rumor that the Yankees are going to go try to make a trade for uh, the starting pitcher from Miami,
Uh-huh.
Jesus Luzardo, who's actually been pretty good this year. If they were entertaining getting him, I was looking up his stats and stuff. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind having him in the starting rotation. He seems like he's a pretty decent pitcher. But outside of him, I mean, they really, we had a shot at Corbin Burns trading for him. We had a shot at, Dylan Cease trading for him when he was with the White Sox, and both of them ended up going to different teams. We had a chance to just to go sign Blake Snell. We kind of kicked the tires on him a couple times, only for him to end up signing with someone else. Jordan Montgomery, same thing. He's a former Yankee who didn't know how to pitch when he was in New York. Then he left and went to the Cardinals, and all of a sudden became an ace. And now New York was interested in bringing him back as a starting pitcher. Um, I don't remember him getting picked up by anybody. He might still be out there. I'm
What
pretty
we
sure
talking about?
he's somebody. Jordan Montgomery. That was bothering me.
Shines and delayed day. He's with the Diamondbacks 2 days ago.
Okay.
Arizona Diamondbacks. Yep. So the bleach. So this is Sports Illustrated. It said Bleacher Report. The New York Yankees get left-handed pitcher Jesus Luzardo. The Miami Marlins get offense outfielder Spencer Jones, shortstop Roderick Arias, and outfielder Everson Pereira. This trade will see the Yankees trade away 3 of their top 10 prospects in exchange for a top of the rotation pitcher. Luzardo is just 26 years old, is coming off back-to-back seasons of an earned ERA between 3.3 and 3.6. His ERA is up to 4.35 so far this season. He does have something the Yankees need, however, strikeout batters. It's not the time to panic and avoid him, though. The Yankees currently sit towards the bottom of the league in strikeouts per 9 innings at number 29 overall at just 7.31. Luzardo himself is at 11.3 in 2024 and at 10.2 for his career. Oh, trigger gone. Dang, I lost trigger. Trigger. Oh, they came back and beat them. The Yankees came back and beat the Sixers. Wow. I mean, not the Yankees, the Knicks. I'm sorry, y'all. The Knicks came back and beat the Sixers. I'm just waiting to see if Trigger comes back. Wow, the Knicks came back and beat. Yeah. Yeah, he always drop out towards the end. And that background. Oh, there you go. You back. You back,
Yeah,
Trigger. You back.
here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. We might as well hurry up and get up before it happens again.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said about Luzardo? The trade?
No, what happened?
So Bleacher Report, they said the trade, they trade away Spencer Jones, Roderick Arias, and
Oh no,
Sinclair.
no, not Spencer. Can't let him go.
Luzardo himself is his strikeouts per 9 innings. Y'all are at 7.31. Luzardo himself is at 11.3.
Yeah, we would love to have him, but not at the price of Spencer Jones. Right? He's
That's what they
supposed to be
said.
the next Aaron Judge.
The biggest downside of this trade for the Yankees would be parting ways with Spencer Jones. He's their best healthy prospect right now and will be a necessary piece in acquiring a younger arm for their rotation.
Yeah, and that's what held him up in the trades for the other two pitchers, Corbin Burns and Dylan Cease, the White Sox and the who was the other team? Was it the Brewers he was with? The Corbin Burns. I forget who, whatever the team that he was with. They wanted Spencer Jones in the trade. The Yankees didn't include him, so that's why our trade talks kind of fell apart between those two teams. And
Yeah.
Cease is now with the Padres, and then Corbin Burns is with the Orioles.
Trigger? What? I'm about to watch this Lakers Denver game. They just tipped off. The Sixers just let the Knicks come back and beat them in the last 47 seconds.
Mm.
They was up.
So now the Knicks are up 2-0.
Yep.
Wow.
The 76ers was up 101-96 with 47 seconds left, and they lost 104 to
They
101.
lost a 5-point lead in 40 seconds.
And then lost by
I mean,
3.
I've seen worse happen. I mean, less amount of time, but yeah, that's pretty brutal in the playoffs.
I wonder if they got Knicks stunned Sixers late.
Yeah,
I was looking up like
the Sixers might be Eastern Conference Finals team or a team that can compete with Boston, and they can't get past New York. And I feel like Philly has more than what New York has, as far as like playmakers.
let's see. All right, so 47 seconds. Kyle Lowry free throw 1 of 2. Misses the second free throw. Is 101-96, 47 seconds left. Jalen Brunson rebounds. Jalen Brunson pulls up, drains a 3. 101-99. Tyrese Maxey lost ball turnover. Josh Hart gets a steal. DiVincenzo misses. 16 seconds left. Hartstein rebounds. DiVincenzo 25-foot 3-point. 2-101. 13 seconds left. They subbed out Kyle Lowry and Kelly Oubre. They subbed out Jalen Brunson with 13 seconds. Tyrese Maxey layup is blocked. 8 seconds. Hartstein got the block. Anobi with the rebound. Tobias Harris personal foul. Anobi makes both of his free throws. 104. Embiid misses the 3 game over.
Complete collapse. Well,
Dang.
Sixers can look at it this way. Knicks did what they were supposed to do at home, so now they got to go back and win 2 in Philly. If they don't win 2 in Philly, they're not gonna win the series.
Cleveland rolled against the Magic. Dang, Lakers got they hitting threes. Hey, TNT got it for free too online.
Mm.
Oh my God, that's easy to the basket. Come on, Roy. Michael Porter Jr. going off. Well, Trigger, 2 hours. Thank y'all.
Mhm.
Any final parting words, Trigger, for the fans?
Chicago Bulls, y'all had one job.
Hey,
Just
tell me
shame
why.
of y'all. Have
You
to
didn't
make
get
me.
enough.
I texted him and told him the same thing. I said, y'all had one job. He didn't text me back though. Now I got to sit through this pain and suffering a little bit longer. Hopefully, it don't last more than 3 more games. Just go ahead and get them out of here so we can look forward to the postseason, see what they're going to do as far as any roster changes, and just try to get healthy for next year. It's
Yeah,
not
we got
happening this year. Miami Heat not about to go back to the finals as the 8th seed for a second year in a row, especially against this Boston Celtics team. If they beat this Boston Celtics team somehow, they're going to win the championship.
if they beat this Boston Celtics team, Missoula getting fired.
Yeah, Missoula's getting fired. A whole bunch of changes coming in Boston. And
They're gonna
Miami
take
going to win the championship. If Miami gets past this team, they're winning the championship.
what's his name? Coach before Missoula.
Udoka?
Yeah. Hey, big head. Hey, big head. Brad Stevens gonna be on that phone.
Yeah, they almost got Houston in the playoffs. And that team won't project to do nothing this
Yeah,
year.
he got Jalen Green playing good.
Hell of a coach. Hell of a coach, though. They got a bright future down there.
We got to talk about me and Miles talked about it before we got on live, but WNBA. He said this class of 2020, high school class of 2020, might be the draft class that propels the WNBA
Okay.
because Cardoza and Angel Reese, in Chicago, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and India. It's a we gotta check it out. But thank y'all so much. We got the mock draft done before the draft. Trigger, we got mock draft done before the draft. We've been talking about it.
We'll see if the Cowboys come anything close to what I picked. I got a feeling that my drafts are better than what they're going to do. I'm just ready to be disappointed. Like they can't, like I said, they can't mess this one up. But I feel like they're going to find a way to mess it up.
That's
Nobody's
what I
going to
feel
end up
like.
drafting a fucking long snapper in the first round or some shit. I don't know.
Matt Rule drafted a long snapper with the 7th round pick. The guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming for a free agent contract." He's like, "No, I drafted you," and he got cut. JJ Jensen just re-signed the contract. Been with the Panthers for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm going ahead and brace myself for this one.
Well, at least I gotta. I'm not watching it because we don't got a 1st round pick. You got to sit all through that.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 hours before we make a pick. It's going to be even more torture just for us to pick somebody we don't need, just like we did the last year. Mozzie Smith. You know what?
His contract coming up next year too.
I waited two hours for them to make that pick. A pick that ESPN didn't even have any notes on, a video package, nothing. They were just as stunned as everybody else was. They was in there scrambling for shit. They didn't know what to put up on this man. They found a picture of him, with his helmet on.
I'm worried. Like you said, it's but where we picking at and where y'all picking at, you can't fuck. You can't. Well, I'm not gonna say you can't. You shouldn't be able to.
Draft where like anyone we pick is like, yeah, we need them, but they'll find a way to get something we don't need, or pick somebody that wasn't talked about.
Yeah, I got a lot of Texas boys y'all can pick too.
I'm sure they would. They would love to do that. Well, see, the whole thing is, at one time they went on a a wave of drafting Boise State players. Everybody they drafted was from Boise State.
They be just watching the games. That's what they be doing out there. Well, they said Stephen Jones in charge, so hey, we'll see.
Yeah, I just hope they make the right decisions, get the right players in there, and fill the positions that we need. Because if they don't, no way. Like you give ourselves a puncher's chance just by drafting positions we need and drafting really talented players, really good
Yeah,
players, guys who can probably step in right away and help contribute. That's the thing about football, man. Like, some guys you got to kind of give some time, but for the most part, them picks you make in the first few rounds, man, them guys come in there and make an impact right off the bat and be an
yeah,
important part on a playoff team. Whereas in basketball, nowadays you got to give them a few years to kind of develop. And we're seeing that with Wimby right now. Um,
yeah. He
you
gotta
know,
get his weight up.
and like other sports, man, guys will just come in right away and just start, making an impact like these guys coming in playing football do. So that's why I say it's so important that we make the right picks and get the right personnel in there, because they can step in to a starting role and help this team.
Yeah. So, and we get ready, Trigger. This weekend is coming fast. So we
Hmm.
appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Yes, sir.
We
As
out.
always. Peace.